In high school, about 3 years ago, I lived with my grandmother. She was really sweet, but lived in the creepiest house. She and her boyfriend, they refused to get married. My grandmother likes to think it helps her independence, had built a house, a 2-story log cabin, about 18 years ago in the middle of a very thick woods. The second story was fine, and it was where they both spent most of their time. The first story was my area. Basically, it was only accessible from the back of the house, or the stories leading to the second story. You would be in the living room from either entry point. To the right was a small hall that led to the bathroom, my bedroom, a guest bedroom past my bedroom, and a huge doorless closet that my mother kept her really nice clothes in that was separated from the hall by a curtain. Now I live with my grandmother because my mother gave over guardianship and then moved out of the country. I always got really creepy feelings about the downstairs area I stayed in alone, and those feelings were quickly justified within my first few months of living there. After about a month, I started waking up every night at 4:15 a.m. On one such night, someone was knocking on the back door. Immediately, I froze. I was not getting up when I had 0 friends who knew where I lived. The door knocked again, and then I heard a woman that sounded exactly like my mother say my full name at the door. I hadn't told anybody my real name. I went by a nickname at school. Then the knocking stopped. I was too scared to get out of bed, so I went back to sleep once my heart had calmed down. As time went on, things got freakier. I learned how to drive, and I would see things on the long gravel driveway when coming back home. At 3 separate points while living there, I got a dog, and each dog would not go down the hall, into either bedroom, or even think about going near the giant closet. Each time the dog would disappear in a matter of weeks. About 6 months into my 3-year stay at my grandmother's, I started to feel like something was watching me in my bedroom. Sometimes the area next to me on the bed would feel as if someone was lying there. I was forced to lay on my side, facing the closet, which felt unbelievably wrong. The catalyst that pushed me from that room was when I was on the phone with a friend, and she asked me where I was and why someone was screaming. I immediately vacated the bedroom and slept on the couch after that. Over time, I got used to a few things. Like while sleeping on the couch, something would play with my hair, making some pieces stand up straight, and I have some seriously long hair. The TV would turn itself on and off multiple times through the night, and sometimes there were weird drumming sounds from the woods directly past the area where I would park. Then, the one thing that still puts me on edge when I think about it happened. I was laying on the couch watching TV. It never turned off when you were watching it, and it was as if time froze. I looked at the end of the couch, and I saw the head of a black dog, the rest of his body hidden behind the couch. He had yellow glowing eyes and some sort of gold markings on his face. He stared at me with one side of his face, and then was gone. I don't think I slept for the rest of the night. The next day, I googled that what could have been, and learned about how seeing a black dog could mean someone close to you is about to die. About a month later, my granddad, who I cared for very much, passed away. When I turned 18, I left that house and never looked back.